So here's a flow for if you have tight ankles, calves, and hamstrings. We'll use 2 blocks, or you can use books, and then a strap or belt or a scarf will work. We'll start in child's pose, so taking the knees wide, resting the sit bones down towards the heels, or if you need to, you can always put a bolster or a pillow underneath the sit bones. Rest the forehead down and close the eyes. Relaxing the arms and shoulders, softening the face. Make sure you're not clenching the jaw. Sinking the shoulders down. Relaxing the back, softening the belly, and sinking the hips. Drawing the awareness to your breath. Keeping each inhalation the same length as each exhalation. Using the breath as a tool to stay present. If any thoughts arise, just let them go with no judgment, and then return to the breath. You can start to work on your Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat, breathing in and out of the nose with sound. Finding that constriction as if you were fogging up a mirror. And continue sinking down with each exhalation. And on your next inhale, walk the arms over to the right side, extending the left fingertips, stretching into the left side body, maybe crossing the left hand onto the right, keeping the hips grounded, eyes closed, face stays relaxed, maybe inching fingertips a little bit deeper. Inhale over to the left. Extending the right fingertips, grounding the right hip, maybe crossing the right hand on the left. Feeling the stretch in that right side body. Inching fingertips if you want to go deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale there. Inhale, making your way into tabletop, bringing the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Spinning the insides of the elbows forwards a few times, finding that external rotation in the shoulders. You can also think about wrapping the triceps. And then keeping that external rotation. Extend the right leg behind you, coming onto the ball of the foot and pressing that back, stretching out that calf. Sending the weight back. Keep focusing on the breath. And exhale back to tabletop. Switching sides, send the left leg back, coming onto the ball of the foot, pressing back, sending energy out through that back heel. Exhale, tabletop. Finding puppy pose, so keeping the hips over the knees, extend the arms out, either coming onto the top of the head or the chin, melting the heart and the armpits down to the mat. If the chin easily reaches, you can tent the fingertips, giving you more space to lower. Draw the navel in, continue using your Ujjayi breath. See if you can soften between the shoulder blades, continue sinking the heart down. Inhale, start to walk the hands in and then finding downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, send the hips back and up. Working on lengthening the spine so the fingers press forward, sit bones back and up, lengthening the spine. And if the legs are tight, you can keep the heels up and knees bent. Draw the navel in. And then feel free to find any movement, maybe straightening one leg at a time, walking your dog, maybe nodding the head, release the neck. Taking a few more breaths here, maybe going side to side, stretching out the side body. And then finding stillness, exhale completely. As you inhale, walking your hands towards your feet. Come into a ragdoll forward fold. So feet about hip width or 2 fists between the feet. Grab opposite elbows, release the head down. Pulling the space from pubic bone to navel into the spine and lift that up towards your heart, engaging your Uddiyana Bandha. Again, maybe nodding the head yes and no to release the neck. Maybe swaying the torso side to side while keeping the feet grounded. Come back to center, find stillness. Release the elbows and then slowly roll up the spine. Hands can trace along the legs. Bring the head up last. Roll the shoulders down the back. And then stepping to the top of the mat, we'll take a few modified sun salutations, bringing the feet together with the heels lightly touch, arms by your sides. If the shoulders are really tight, you can place the palms so that they face in front. And as you inhale, reaching the arms overhead, palms face behind you. And then make sure you're not flaring the ribs up, so draw the ribs inward. Find a neutral pelvis grip with the glutes, and that will help you to stretch out the lats. You can bring the gaze up. Exhale, fold. Release the head down. Hands can fall wherever they land on the legs. Inhale, look up, find length, nice flat back. Head is up, gaze is tip and nose. Send the chest through the arms. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. And exhale, drop the knees, come back to your tabletop. Taking cat-cows. Inhale for cow, belly drops down, chest forward, gaze is ceiling. Exhale, rounding for cat, puff the shoulders up, gaze at the navel. Taking a couple more rounds here, inhaling for your back bend, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Protracting the shoulders, draw the navel in. One more round, inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, come to tabletop, and then exhale, finding your way to downward facing dog. You could also, instead of a down dog, you can always go to puppy pose or a child's pose. Taking a few breaths in whatever variation. Finding your way back into down dog if you're not already there. Inhale, walk the feet to the hands. If it's easier, you can always walk hands back to the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach overhead, gaze is up. And then exhale, arms down by your sides. And we'll start to go through some of the other ways to do sun salutation A. Arms can be by your side for this one, or you can stay with that more external rotation of the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Shoulders are tight, hands can stay apart, gaze up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, not the waist, release the head, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up, find length, nice flat back, head is up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. So if there's any shoulder issues, you can skip chaturanga and up dog, and then exhale, go right back to downward facing dog. Or again, puppy pose or child's pose. Gaze between the knees or at the navel for 1. Press the feet down and out. 2. Lengthen the spine. 3. Lifting kneecaps, engaging quads. 4. Breathing for 5. Exhaling completely. On your inhale, walk or step feet to the hands, finding your way to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, gaze up between the hands. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands can either stay apart or come together, gazing thumbs, as long as there's no pinching in the shoulders. Exhale, hinge forward, release the head. Inhale, look up, finding length. Exhale, hands plant, step back to plank, and then drop the knees, or you can take any of the other variations. Inhale here. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Just lowering. If you feel the elbows start to go out to the sides, then stop there. Or maybe going all the way down to the belly. Making sure arms are 90 degrees. You may have to move the hands back so wrists are under the elbows, shoulders are lifted. Inhale, coming into cobra. Imagine as if you're pulling the mat back, push the chest through, draw your shoulders down. You can stay here with bent arms or maybe straightening a little bit more. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. For 1, 2, 3, breathing. 4, drawing the navel in. 5, inhale, jump, step or hop, feet to hands, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, gazing between hands or thumbs. Exhale, arms down by your side, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward, navel draws in as you fold, release the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, lower to chaturanga. If you want, moving through full chaturanga or dropping knees. Inhale, coming either into up dog with the thighs lifted or your cobra. And then exhale, take it back downward facing dog. Feel free to take any of those variations for your sun salutations. Breathing here for 2, 3, lifting the kneecaps. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming to the top of the mat, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, gaze up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. We'll go through sun salutation, be going a little bit slower. So starting in chair pose with the feet and the legs together, bend the knees, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Tucking the tailbone, so not sticking the butt out and arching the back, lengthening down, nice straight back. Draw the ribs together and down. And then exhale, fold over, straight legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, look up, finding length, chest through the arms. Exhale, hands plant, step back, moving through vinyasa of choice, so that could be down, or that could be cat-cows. It could be your modified chaturanga or full chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend, shoulders down. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward as much as you can, coming into a lunge. Ground the back heel, exhale here. And then inhale, rise, warrior 1. Tuck the tailbone, gaze up, left ribs towards the right knee. Exhale, plant the hands, moving back through vinyasa of choice. Exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward, ground the back heel, exhale here. Inhale, rise, tuck the tailbone, gaze up, right ribs towards the left knee. Exhale, hands plant, moving through vinyasa of choice. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths in this last one. For 1, steady Ujjayi breath. 2, lengthening the spine. 3, finding your breath. 4, and 5. Inhale, top of the mat, halfway lift, feet and legs together. Exhale, fold, and then bend the legs, rise back through your chair pose, Utkatasana, lengthen the tailbone down, gaze up. Exhale, come to standing. We'll do 1 more of those. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold over, straight legs, release the head down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or hop, take it back through vinyasa of choice. Inhale for your back bend, shoulders down. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward, ground the back heel, exhale there. Inhale to rise, tuck tailbone, gaze up. Exhale, hands plant, move through the vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward, ground the back heel, exhale there. Inhale, rise, tuck the tailbone, square off the torso. Exhale, plant the hands, last vinyasa here, exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, take it back, down dog. Again, puppy pose or child's pose is fine. 1, breathing, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you inhale, come forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Feet and legs are together. Inhale, bend, rise through chair pose. And exhale, come to standing. Bring the feet hip width, which is about, again, 2 fists between the feet. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. You can always bend the knees if the legs are tight. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes. Inhale, lengthen. Drawing navel in and up, and then exhale, fold. Padingusasana, release the head down. Making sure the weight is centered in the foot and not back towards the heel. Breathing here, gazing, tip of nose for 2. 3, neck is long, shoulders are relaxed. 4, 5, inhale, look up, finding length, nice flat back. Exhale. Switching the hands for Padahastasana, so stepping onto the palms, trying to line up the toes with the wrist crease. Again, you can bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Release the head, maybe straightening legs a little bit more for 1. Engaging Uddiyana Bandha, so navel draws in and up. 2, 3, not squeezing the shoulders. 4, and 5. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back, head is up. Exhale there. Release the hands, grab your waist, and then inhale, rise up through a nice flat back. And then exhale, bring the feet together, arms by your sides. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. And exhale, step back, moving through vinyasa of choice. Could be cat-cows or a full vinyasa. Exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, take it back. Coming into a high crescent lunge, inhale, sit the right foot forward. Exhale there. And then inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Gazing straight ahead. Slight bend in that back leg, so you can really focus on tucking your tailbone, finding a neutral pelvis, and stretching out that left hip flexor. Pull the navel in and up and draw shoulders down. Gaze can stay straight ahead or gaze up between the hands. Continue lengthening the tailbone down. Breathing for 3, 2, you can always go wider for more stability. And 1, exhale, bring the hands down. Coming into a low lunge with the legs 90 degrees, so a little bit shorter stance. Hands can come to the pelvis. Lengthen the tailbone down. Engage your back left glute. So really stretching out that left hip flexor. Relaxing the shoulders, draw the navel in. Breathing here. And then bringing the hands down, coming into a low lunge, sinking the hips. So maybe taking a little bit longer stance. If it bothers the back knee, you can always fold your mat over for more cushioning or place a towel underneath. Feel free if you want to use your blocks for your hands. Making sure the knee is over the ankle, sinking the hips down. Bringing the chest through the arms. And then coming into a half split. So straightening that right leg, flexing the foot, press down into the heel and heel towards you, sending the chest through the arms to lengthen the spine, and then maybe folding. So feeling the stretch in that right hamstring. Pressing down into heel, heel towards you, so stretching into the belly of the hamstring muscle. You don't want to feel it at the attachment. Continue sending chest through the arms, maybe hinging forward more. Start to come back into your low lunge, and then finding lizard, so walking the foot to the edge, and then hands come to the inside. Making sure still that the knee is over the ankle. You can stay here. If you want to get deeper into the right hip, you can come onto the outside edge of this right foot, or you can bring your hand to the inside of the thigh. Maybe coming down onto your forearms, or you could do forearms on a block or a book. Hang out here for a few breaths. Feel free to move around, stretching into the left and right hip. Start to come back onto your hands. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Step to a yogi squat, so the left foot comes to the edge of the mat, feet turned out slightly. If you need to, you can always sit on a block on any height. Bring hands to heart center and squeeze the legs into the arms, arms out into the legs, and lift the chest. So aiming for a nice straight spine. Bring the hands back down, finding your vinyasa of choice. Step back to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, set the left foot forward. Exhale there. And then inhale, rise for your high crescent lunge, gazing straight ahead. Slight bend in the back leg, find your neutral pelvis, tuck the tailbone. Feel the stretch in that right hip flexor. Draw the shoulders down, navel in. Again, you can always go wider for more stability. Either keep the gaze here or bring it up between the hands for 3. Continue lengthening, tailbone down, 2. And 1, exhale, lower. Finding 90 degrees with the legs to start. Feel free to place something under the back knee. Hands to the pelvis, tuck tailbone under. Engage that back right glute to deepen the stretch in the right hip flexor. Drawing the navel in, breathing here. Continue tucking and engaging the glute. And then start to deepen the lunge so you can bring the hands down, maybe lengthening your stance. Feel free to use blocks, sinking down into the hips. Chest through the arms, sitting nice and long in the spine. Making sure that knee is over the ankle or slightly behind. And then coming into your half split, straightening that leg, flex the foot, press into the heel and heel towards you, maybe even dragging the leg towards you. Chest through the arms to lengthen the spine, and then maybe hinging forward from the hips. Stay nice and long in the spine, steady with the breath. Continue pressing into the heel and heel towards you. Breathing here. And then coming back into your low lunge and finding your way to lizard. walking the foot to the edge of the mat. Finding any variation or a few different variations if you'd like, maybe coming onto the outer edge of that left foot. Hand to the inside of the thigh. Maybe coming down onto the forearms or forearms to a block. Feel free to move around. Start to come back onto the hands. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Come back to your yogi squat. Step that right foot forward. Feel free again to sit on a block. If the heels are lifted, you can also roll the mat up and then place a rolled up mat under the heels. Bring hands to heart center. And then bring the left arm out to the side in front of your left shin and reach the right arm up. Press into the left hand to open the chest twist, gaze up towards that right hand. Either stay here or you can work on either a half bind, bringing the right arm around the back, or a full bind, binding around that left shin. You can always use a strap here as well. Keep the chest opening and keep gazing up over that right shoulder. Twisting out the spine, opening up the shoulders. If you have the bind, you can release the arms, straightening them, but stay in your twist. And then exhale, release hands, heart center. Other side, right arm out to the side in front of the shin. The left arm reaches up. Press into the left hand to open the chest, gaze up towards left hand. Either stay here or work on your half bind, bringing the left arm around the back, or maybe the full bind, right arm around the shin. Open that left shoulder back. Gaze up over left shoulder. Twisting from behind the heart. Opening shoulders, breathing here. If you have the bind, staying in the twist, but release the arms. And then exhale, release hands to heart center. Start to straighten the legs, feet parallel to the mat. Come into a wide-legged forward fold, grabbing either opposite elbows or shoulders. Playing around with the weight distribution. So coming towards the ball of the foot, and then the heel, finding your way into the middle. Draw the navel in and up, lift the kneecaps up. Release the elbows, exhale there, bring hands to your waist, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Bring the feet together. Coming into pyramid pose. So arms out to the side, finding inward rotation of the shoulders. And then bring the arms behind you, either grabbing opposite elbows, you could do fists, hands in prayer with the hands pointing down, or you can work towards full reverse prayer, bringing the hands together, fingers pointing up. Step the left foot back. Back toes in slightly, square off your hips, so a little bit easier if you're wider, so heel to heel or slightly wider with the feet. Press into the ball of the foot, externally rotate that right leg. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, hinging forward, lifting the kneecaps of both of the legs, bringing your head towards your knee or your chin towards your shin, pulling right hip back, left hip slightly forward. Shifting a little bit more weight into that front foot, stretching into the IT band, the outside edge of the right leg, also known as intense side stretch pose. Finding your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, rise, keeping arms as they are. Reverse the feet facing the back. So those right toes come in slightly. You might have to adjust the feet and go slightly wider. Make sure you didn't cross the legs. Square the hips, left hip back, right hip slightly forward. Press into the ball mound of that left foot. Externally rotate the thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging forward, head towards knee or chin towards the shin. Engaging that Uddiyana Bandha so that navel is drawing in and up. Shifting a little bit more weight forward into that left foot. Stretch into your IT band. Steady, even breath. Continue lifting the kneecaps, pressing into the ball mound of the left foot. Inhale, rise. Turn the feet so they're parallel to the short edge of the mat. Release the arms. And then bring hands to the waist. Bringing the legs slightly wider, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, look up, finding length. And then exhale, fold. You can always bring hands to a block or slightly bend the legs. Release the head down. If arms are bent, hands come back, fingertips point forward, arms towards 90 degrees. Press into the ball mounds of the feet, lifting arches of the feet. Using the inner thighs, lifting the pelvic floor, releasing the head, gaze, tip of nose. Breathing here for 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Head up only, nice flat back. Exhale here. Bring both hands to your waist, and then inhale, rise to the strength of the legs. If you had to move the feet, you may have gone too wide. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you for C. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold. Gaze stays tip of nose. Neck is long, arms come overhead to stretch the shoulders. Aiming the hands towards the floor. Continue lifting arches of the feet and inner thighs. Drawing navel in and up. Breathing here for 3. Lift the kneecaps. 4. 5. Inhale, this time rise all the way up. Exhale there. Release the hands, step to the top of the mat. Coming into chair pose with the feet and the legs together. Inhale, arms overhead. Gaze up between the hands. Lengthen tailbone down. Draw ribs together and down to the pelvis. Coming into awkward, bring the arms in front. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Try and keep the shoulders over the hips. Keep lifting the heels. Squeeze legs together. Breathe here. Start to lower. Keep lifting the heels. Making your way into a squat with the heels lifted. See if you can bring arms overhead and balance. Arms back in front. And then coming into a toe stand, you can bring the knees down. Sitting on the balls of the feet. We'll stretch out the shoulders. If it becomes too intense for the legs, you can always curl toes under. You may need a strap or a belt or scarf for this one. You can drape it over the right shoulder. Bring the right arm overhead, left arm out to the side, inwardly rotate your left shoulder, and then bending the arms behind the back. So if the hands don't reach, you can grab onto your strap. Maybe walk your hands down, maybe grabbing fingertips. Reach the right arm back, gaze up. Try not to take it into a back bend, so drawing the ribs together, finding a neutral spine. Gaze up, opening chest, open that right arm back. Breathe here. Breathing nice and deep, keep the breath steady. Exhale, start to release the arms. You can bring the strap over the left shoulder. Left arm overhead, right shoulder inwardly rotates. Take the arms behind you, maybe grabbing the strap, maybe the fingers. Bring that left arm back, draw the ribs together and down. Try not to arch the back, gaze up. Breathing through any discomfort. If there's pain, release. Continue opening up the chest and shoulders, drawing the ribs inward. And then start to release arms and feet. Curl the toes under, sit back onto the feet. Send the legs out straight in front. Draw the right foot in, close the knee joint, and then externally rotate that right hip. So the right foot's along the left inner thigh. If this knee is elevated, you can always put a block under the thigh or the knee. Inhale, lengthen and twist so that the sternum is over your straight leg. And then exhale, fold, Janu Shirsasana A. You can also continue to use your belt or your strap. Or just placing the hands wherever they fall. Release the head down and gaze tip of nose. For 2, drawing navel in and up, leading with the sternum. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look up, find length, straightening the arms in the back. Exhale there. And then release. Straighten the right leg out. Draw your left foot in, close your knee joint. Externally rotate that hip. Left foot along right inner thigh. Again, if this is elevated, you can place a block underneath. Inhale, lengthen and twist. Sternum over the straight leg. Exhale, fold. Draw the navel in as you fold. Bringing hands wherever they fall, release the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, head up, straightening arms and back. Exhale there, and then release. We'll take the legs wide. I'll turn just due to space, but you can also turn if you want your heels to be on your mat. So not about how wide you can go. You want to be able to grab the outsides of the feet, or if the hamstrings are tight, you can always grab somewhere on the legs. So folding forward, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe hinging deeper. Leading with the sternum, so think about leading the sternum forward and down. So you don't want to round in the upper back or in the collarbones. Staying broad there. Pull navel in and up. Knees are pointing up, quads are engaged. Navel draws in, breathing. 3, 4, slightly tilting the pelvis. Steady breath. Inhale, head up, straightening the arms in the back. Exhale there. And then release, bringing the legs together. Coming onto your back. Bringing the right ankle above the left knee, stretching out the right hip. So either grabbing your left thigh, or if you want to deepen the stretch, your left shin. Flex your right foot to protect the knee, and draw the right knee forward, stretching into the hip. If you need to, maybe pulling the legs closer to you, getting a deeper stretch in the hip. You can just kind of relax that left leg. Slow the breath down. Keep that foot flexed. Keep drawing the knee forward. Letting go of the left leg. Bring the arms out to the side, either straight or you can cactus the arms. And then twisting over to the left. Bring that right foot over to the left. Gazing out right shoulder. Make sure both shoulders stay grounded. You could stay here or you could cross if you want to deepen your twist. Maybe closing the eyes. 3, 2, and 1. Opening the eyes, inhale, come back. And then switch out the legs, left ankle above the right knee. This side may be different depending on the hips. So either grabbing your right thigh, or if you want to go deeper, the shin. Just relaxing that right foot, or right leg, and the left foot stays flexed. Draw the left knee forward. If you want to go deeper, maybe pulling that right leg closer. Breathing here. Slowing the breath down. Keep the left foot flexed, draw the knee forward. And then releasing the right leg, arms out to the side. Taking that twist over to the right, left foot comes down. Either stay there, or if you want, crossing the legs to deepen your twist. Just make sure both shoulders stay grounded down. Gaze opposite shoulder, maybe close the eyes. Breathing for 3. 4, and 5. Opening the eyes, inhale, coming up, release the legs. Wrap the arms around the shins, giving yourself a hug, bringing the chin towards the knees, squeezing nice and tight. And then release. Finding your way into Shavasana. So if you have any low back pain, you can keep the legs bent or place a blanket, bolster, or pillow under the knees. Otherwise, you can straighten the legs about mat width. Arms by your sides, palms face up. Close the eyes. Release the Ujjayi breath. And just bringing the awareness to your natural breath. Keeping awareness on the breath to stay present. Softening the face, shoulders, and the arms, hips, and legs. Staying here for the next few minutes.